This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 train. The next stop is Wall Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
July 4th weekend represents an important milestone for my Substack as well as the podcast. Over 200 episodes later, I wanted to celebrate with everyone and offer a 40% discount on the annual billing plan for the premium content. Now, if you've been following me prior to the podcast, you'll know, in addition to the writing, I've always wanted to start a podcast because I couldn't find a financial product or podcast that discusses the markets without going into politics and without advertising all over the place. And typical financial podcasts last over an hour. So I wanted to, first I was looking for a content creator that had one that, summed everything up in 10 to 15 minutes every day that I can listen to on my dog walk, on my exercise, or just with a cup of coffee in the morning. And I could not find it. And I felt I could do a better job. So I stopped, pausing and delaying myself because I had every excuse in the world not to start. However, with your support of both the paying and free subscribers who have helped grow this channel and this podcast, I want to thank everyone. And for those that want to experience the paid content, which has both written form and long form unlocked podcast content, I would like to offer this 40% off, which comes to basically 37 cents per day. This promotion will be valid until midnight of July 4th, and it will be only the annual billing. So it will come to $144 billed annually, which basically, if you don't have a calculator, comes to $12 per month, or $2.77 per week, or 39 cents per day. Thank you for all for supporting the content, the Substack and podcast thus far. And I hope to see you on the premium edition. So with that, let's get into the podcast. Welcome back, everyone. It is Monday, July 1st. Hope you had a great weekend. Lots to cover today, despite the fact we had very low volume across the board. I think this week is going to be slow again, much like the Juneteenth week. We have July 4th here in the U.S., and there are holidays going on in Europe next week. So I believe a lot of folks have started early, and I was about to call it a day and not do the podcast, but if I don't do it, I always feel kind of awkward because I actually enjoy doing this and I need to do it for my own trading. It keeps me honest to make sure I follow all of this every day. But let's jump right into the numbers and breadth. So for today's session, we had 247 new highs versus 262 new lows. Looking at the NASDAQ, we had 36 new highs versus, I believe, 77 new lows. Let me just double check. Yeah, 36 new highs on the NASDAQ versus 77 new lows for the session. 36% of stocks were advancing versus 60% declining. 57% of shares were below its 50-day moving average, and we had about 40% of stocks below its 200-day moving average. Now, if I had to sum up the day, it was lackluster. There were a lot of things moving up and down percentage-wise, and I'll cover those in what was strong, what was weak. But when you take a look at the broader markets, the big impact sectors and stocks, it wasn't as dynamic today. And at the last hour, we saw some buying coming in, I believe, trying to save face here, keep everyone in a good mood, right? Because we all have to go barbecue, pay for flights, pay for gas, travel, see family, friends, spend money wherever we get to. So I highly doubt there's going to be a big move either, especially down, but we might just drift a little higher with low volume until we all get back after our respective holidays. Looking at the one-day sector performance, technology was up 0.95%, consumer cyclical up 0.3%, energy was up 0.2%, communication services was up 0.21%, financial was up 0.15%, leading to the downside. You had industrials in the red down 1.1%, real estate down 1%, basic materials down 0.8%, utilities down 0.75%. So let me go through what was strong. You had, these are all percents, Marathon Digital up 13.6%, IREN up 11.7%, Riot up 8.8%, FNGU up 6.34%, Hims and Hers up 6.09%, Tesla up 6.05%, MongoDB up 5.4%, Coinbase up 5%, Bitfarms up 4.2%, Roku up 4.2%, Reddit up 4.2%, Rivian up 3.7%, Dell 3.5%, Zscaler 3.3%. The 10-year Treasury yield, TNX, was up 3.13% to 4.47% on the 10-year yield. Zeta Global Holdings up 3.12%, Apple 2.9%, Kava 2.7%, USO 2.4%, CrowdStrike 2.3%, Broadcom 2.2%, and Microsoft 2.1%. What was weak? You had Kura Sushi down 4.2%, Wayfair down 4%, KB Homes down 3.9%, MGM Resorts down 3.5%, Pulte Homes 3.5%, Carvana 3.3%, Etsy 3.3%, Las Vegas Sands 3.1%, ARM 2.9%, Beazer Homes 2.9%, CarMax 2.9%, AMD 2.7%, Natural Gas Futures 2.7%, DR Horton 2.7%, Sweetgreen 2.6%, Lennar 2.6%, XHB 2.5%, Paysafe 2.4%, ITB Home Builders 2.4%, Toll Brothers 2.4%, Extreme Networks 2.3%, Restoration Hardware 2.3%, TriPoint Homes 2.2%, DraftKings 2.2%, Hovania 2.2%, Uber 2.1%, Shopify 2.1%, Red Rock Resorts 2.09%, Yext down 2.06%. So as you can see, we had a lot of stocks up big and we had a lot of stocks down big. So this is really becoming a stock pickers market, which is quite a bit of a change because before it was just 5, 6, 7 stocks that you can just hide in and not worry about it. What to watch? So this week is gonna be quiet. However, on Tuesday at 9:30 New York time, Jerome Powell is giving a speech, not in New York, not in DC, but in Portugal. Nice place. I've been to Lisbon. Very nice weather. It's like San Diego. If you've never been, you should definitely go. The prices are pretty good. Well, I went pre-COVID, so prices are probably a lot higher now. But beautiful, beautiful area. And it's like an hour flight from London. So check it out. But yeah, Jerome Powell is lucky enough to speak to us from Portugal in the morning. And then you have job openings at 10. On Wednesday, you have ADP employment and initial jobless claims in the morning. And then Thursday, the U.S. market is closed for July 4th. And then Friday, you have the U.S. unemployment report in the morning. So with that said, free members, if you're already on your break, have a great one. If you're going to still tune in this week, I'll see you after the Tuesday session. And keep in mind, there is a discount for the Independence Day week that is ending midnight July 4th. I'll see you all later. Paying members, please stay on. I have about 30 plus charts to go through today. That's my train.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.